Special person to us again, and she is the vice president of Broome Community College, and she has been supporting the SEED program for many years, and she's here to give a few words to us. So please let me welcome Devin Morello.
I'm so happy that I could be here for part of the time today. I wish I could be with you for the whole 2 days, because this is without a doubt one of the most exciting days of the year for me, because I get to see the culmination of all your hard work for putting your community action plans in place. About 20 years ago, I fell in love with my first group of international students when I came to BCC, and those were CAS students at that time. And then a few years ago, when the earthquake hit in Haiti, I had an opportunity to work even more closely with our students from Haiti and with our students from all over Central America. And the one thing I learned is that you are the champions of teamwork, and that no matter what country you come from, you're all willing to help each other, and I just love that about you. I guess the other thing that really comes to mind is that while each of you are working with your own countries, you're going to get a lot of ideas from each other. So take what you're learning from your colleagues in these sessions and use them yourself when you go back. I always give 2 pieces of advice when students are getting ready to make this return to their own country. And I think I shared a little of that with you, Christian, and some of you at your table the other day. Don't lose your English. Keep your English up, because this is going to help you in the years to come. It's very easy to go back. You'll be with your families, you'll be with your friends. It's very easy for you to go back and use your native language. Don't do it. Even if you have to get a group of children together to stick with your English and practice with them, I know you're going to give back, because look at how you've already given back to the Southern Tier. But when you go back to your country, give back to younger people and help them with their English so that someday they can be in the situation you're in. And the second piece of advice I give is, don't forget me. Don't lose me. Stay in touch with me, and I'll try to do whatever I can to help you in your own countries as well. So I'm only going to be able to be with you for the next hour, but I'm going to get to see a couple plans, I hope. Great, good, thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Morelos, for your kind words, and I'm sure that all of us will keep our English. Wouldn't you guys? Yeah. Also, we want to thank Mr. Jim Rollo, agent of State Farm. Thanks for being here with us this morning. And he had Diego Rihuarcha and Maria Perez last year. They were doing an internship in his business. And now it's time to present our next speaker for today. And he's going to be talking again about education. His name is Diego Xirum Leon. He comes from a small town in Guatemala called El Quiché. He's a descendant Mayan, and he speaks 3 languages: Quiché, which is a Mayan dialect from Guatemala, and Spanish and English. He studied tax administration and accounting in high school. His professional experience has allowed him to work as an accountant assistant, general accountant, and also he's co-owner of his mother's business. His interests are reading, photography, and basketball. One of his dreams is to help other people. And his topic for today is building a better future for the Mayan children in Chichicastenango. Please help me welcome Diego Xirum.
First of all, I'm gonna start for a question for all of you, and something that I always just wondering by myself is that if you want to give a really, really wonderful, amazing education for your daughter, for your brother, sister. My question is, where will where you want to see them? In a bad school, regular school, or a high quality of school? Don't answer me. I will tell you when I need your answer. So, building a better future for Mayan children in Guatemala sounds like wonderful, but the work, I think it will be a little bit hard. So I have this project, or I will do that when I go back in Guatemala. Guatemala is a republic. In Central America, the population is around 15 million of people. The capital is Guatemala, that is located near the northern Mexico and the east from Honduras and El Salvador. Chichicastenango, this is my community where I will working about my community action plan. That is a village that is approximately 148 kilometers from Guatemala City. Its population is about 107,000 of people, and literacy is about 52%. It means that in my town we have many people that they can write, they can speak, and also they can understand Spanish. So that's why I want to help them. And we can see the illiteracy, we have 48%. That means that 48 people from 100, just we have 48 that they can understand Spanish, they can read, and they can understand very well also. So that's why we'll do this project. The principal problems that my community has, we have several problems, but I want to share 3 of them that for me is very important. For example, the education, unemployment, and environment. How I know that all of those are problems there? Because about a lot of research that many organizations that they are working in my community, they are doing that. And also when I was in Guatemala, I was working with some of organizations, and I know what is the problem that we have there. The general objective is build a school to achieve comprehensive, sustainable development in the communities of the municipality of Chichicastenango. In terms of economy, socially, politically, and culturally Mayan issues, which will enhance poverty, reduce education costs, and improve status of life of women, men, youth, and children. Why do I think to build a school? The question that I did in the beginning is that we know that education is very important. And I always say, okay, if I have, the question that I did in the beginning is, if you want to give a really good education to your brother, to your sister, or whatever, what do you like? I want to, from you, what kind of education do you want to give to your children? Somebody can tell me? Yes, Anthony?
High education, but sometimes we don't have the resources to put our children or families in a high education. So in this situation, in my case, I prefer just to find a way that my family can start. Because sometimes we don't have any other option just to put our families not in a high educational system or educational school. So in this case, we got to put in the rest of situation that we already have. But in my opinion, yes, I want to put my families or children in a high
Okay, that's a real answer. The problem is that I think all of us, we have wonderful dreams. Seriously, we are young, we have everything, but what happened? We don't have any support, we don't have money. But why do I think to build a school? You can see just for those pictures that is very hard, because I had like that experience when I was a child. When I was 5 years old, I started to work about some kind of work like that. And it's very hard because I was studying and the same time I was working. And I know I know what happened. I know when I saw many children in my community, I'm just thinking like, yeah, I know. How do you feel when you have that situation? And it's very hard when you have a dream and somebody cannot, you can do that. I know many of the children from my community, they have a really good skill, they have dreams, they have talent. The problem is that they don't have any opportunity. And also, I say, okay, if I want to be the best, maybe not the best, as we know, nobody is perfect, but I like to do the best of what can I do in my life. And I say, okay, if I want to have a good life, I want to see other people around me happy. Because for me, that is life. If I say, okay, I will be happy, and then I'm just worry about myself, I feel like, you know, it's not like happy, and sometimes I say, I don't want to see them like that. So one of the reasons that I dream that's why I'm here. And then, you can see in this line, many of them, they are working in the morning, in the afternoon, they are studying. If they have opportunity, because as I said, many of them, they are working by themselves, and then what happened? They give money to their parents. Why? Because their income is not really good. Income is like $2 per day. If they can get a job, many of them, they can't. Why? They don't have education. They can't Spanish. They can't do anything. So it's kind of hard. On the other hand, in my community, we have some school, but the problem is that you can see those pictures that I say before I made that presentation. I said, God, that is not possible. I'm at BCC, I have computer, I know what is internet, I know everything. You can go in the library, you can find 10 computers or more than 10 computers. You can find books, you can find everything. But there, they call school, but for me I say, this is like a piece of garbage, or I don't know, they don't have anything. The government doesn't care about that, and they say, okay, I give like 20 chairs for that school. But the kind of chair you can see, that is not, I think it's, this is garbage, that is garbage. So why the government giving them a really a good instrument? So I say, okay, if the government doesn't want to give them the good education, somebody is gonna make something. And I know that those children, they can do many things. And also you can see the other slide, they have the table. But you know, I say, if you are gonna sit in that table, what do you feel? Do you feel comfortable? I don't know if you can imagine that. And if we can see our table here with tablecloths, a nice tablecloths with beautiful color, with water, with everything. There, they don't have anything. And just you see in those pictures, but if you're going there, you can see that seriously. Sometimes when I was there, I'm like started to cry because it's hard. It's hard, seriously. And I say, well, what can I do? I want to work with them. I have that passion with them, but I don't have money. And I know that somebody told me someday, say, wow, this is a huge dream. And I say, I don't care. That huge is small for me. I will do that. And they say, but it's impossible. You're going to spend money. I don't care about that. I know that I will do that. How? I make a plan, and I know that I can do that. And in this slide that I said before, many of their parents, they have like making tablecloths, and they are, for example, this tablecloth may take like 10 days, and how much is that? $6 and $7 for 10 days. You can imagine that how much is the amount that they can get each month. It's very hard, so that's why then they can give education to their children. In the other slide, you can see, as I said before, I know that many of the Mayan children, they have their talent. They have their skills. You can see in this slide, one of the children is he's making shoes, sneakers. My question is, we are professional, we are studying like 10 years school, we can make shoes, we can make sneakers. And I say, okay, if I will have the opportunity to build a school for them, do you think that these children, that kids, will be able to have his business or not? I say, well, this kid, if I will give some classes about business, I think this kid is gonna be the success. I think more than me, because I always say I don't want to see my brother, my sister, my own children. I don't want that they are gonna do what I'm doing. I want to see them more successful than me. Why? Because I know that they can do everything. Here, we are listening every day many things about technology, and they don't know anything about that. And they don't know how to turn on the computer. No, so they don't know what is computer. So this is the bad thing here, but I know that they have their skill. My specific objectives that I have is better future for them. Why? But I say, if they are gonna have more opportunity, they have more knowledge about business, because I'm interested about business. I'm interested to show them leadership also. I don't want to talk with them just for money, because as we know, money, we can do many things with money, but not everything. So we need to teach them many things about life. So if I will have the opportunity, one of my specific objectives is to give them a better future. Quality of life, as I have so far, for me, staying here is one of the quality of life. Why? Because I'm enjoying to sharing with you my project in a nice hotel, and maybe they don't know anything about that, but I want to also to show them many things about life, prepare the best leaders. This is the other thing that I say. I don't want to talk just for money, for business, for socially or for politically. I want to teach them something about leaders, because that we saw in the video in the beginning, I thought that one of them are helping other people, and then they are helping others. So that's why I want to prepare them. And more opportunity. If they are gonna know Spanish, English, or another language, they can have more opportunity, and it will be much easier for them to find a job and less delinquency. As you know, everywhere, not just in my community, everywhere, children that they don't have a good education, what they are doing? They are killing each other, they are stealing, they are doing other things, so I don't want to see them in this situation. My action, I want to select 100 children from extreme poverty to give them education. You can see in this picture that many of them, they don't have a good house. They are living with some wood that is not good also for them. So that's why I'm thinking for them. And something that somebody told in a conference last year, and he said, if we want to change the world, it's better if we're going to start with the children. Why? Because we can give them ideas. But if we want to change somebody like that he or she is like 30 years old, for example, it's very hard to change his or her mind. Because I know that I have experience with many people that we are trying to change their mind. And it's hard, but it's a little bit easier when you want to change a children's mind. So that's why I'm thinking for them. The children that I want to select for my project, it will be the age from 7 to 12 years old. And who do I select them? Should be children from extreme poverty. The calendar, you can see that this project is, for me, is not like, I know that this project is a huge project. I started with this project in 2009. I didn't do that like yesterday, and I didn't think that like a couple days. I was thinking about that when I was 10 years old, because I say, well, I don't want to see the other children to have the same experience that I have so far. So, and then I had, when I started my high school, my teacher gave me some ideas about plant, because I didn't know about plant, nothing. And then he started to help me. He said, okay, a dream, make your plan. If you have a dream in your life, in your work, or whatever, you should make a plan. And then I started with that. And 2009, I made my plan. And 2010, I was looking for a land for where I want to build a school. And so far, I found some place. The problem is that I don't have the money. And in the same year, in 2010, I was thinking, I said, okay, if I'm gonna work alone, I know I can do that, but I need help. So, and then I started to talk with my friends, and some of them, they said, yeah, this is a good project. 6 months later, they said, no, thank you very much, we can do that. But that I found 5 of them that we are gonna see a picture from them later. But I have a team, and we made a first meeting with my team, and we discussed about the manual and plan, because I don't want to be rude with them, like some people is doing that. I want to challenge, to share my idea, and I want to hear from them, because maybe I am wrong with my idea, and I say, okay, we need to make a meeting, and we did that meeting, and we shared many things, and then, like for example, okay, I want to do the engineer, for example. I want to do the school, and then somebody told no, because we need to think about money, how much money we can spend for that. So we discussed many things about this project, and then we create the responsibilities. Because I say, I can be the president, but I can do like strong with them, and then, okay, you should do that, I can do that, I want to share the idea, I want to work with them. So we share some responsibilities. In 2011, we made a second meeting, and then we developed the project budget. And this is the thing that is very, very hard for me, because we're gonna spend a lot of money for that project. And then in this July 2011 to December 2013, we are seeking for financial aid so far. In 2014, as you know, we are leaving soon for this year, and I will continue with that. I know that it's hard, but it's not impossible. I wish to do that. So we are working about that. In 2014 to 2015, we are gonna select the personnel to build the school. In 2016, we are gonna start with the class. My goals, the short-term goal, the primary level, I want to educate 100 children between 2016 to 2021. You can see the age from 7 to 13. And the long-term goal, the secondary level, I want to educate 100 children between the year 2002 to 2024, the age 13 to 15. If we will have more resources, this total children will be increased, or if won't be able to have money, maybe can be less children. You can see this building is so like that. And I will be working especially for Mayan children. As you know, Guatemala has 4 ethnics, Chincas, Garifunas, Ladinos, but I will be concentrated with Mayan children. About human resources, I will need 5 areas that, for example, in the first one, the manager, I will be the manager, and the expert accountant. I know many things about accounting, but I want to have another person to help me with that, the money. Teachers, the masons and engineer who is gonna build the school. The economic resources, the money that, for what? For the building, the land, the furniture and equipment, computer equipment, stationery and office supplies, human resources for 9 years, and water, electricity, and telephone. And some organizations that maybe they can help me, because Stanley said before, they can say, okay, yeah, we can help you, we can give you, but when you're gonna start the project, they can say, no, we are not able to help you. So I have some organization, international organization like USAID, AEC, Spain, Spanish Agency, IBIS, Dinamarca, and also I have some national organization like Ishmukane, Azteco, Acelsi. Duration of the project. This project won't have like deadline to stop working. This project is forever. And some of them, 3 of them are therefore part of my team. Some of them are studying in China. One of them is studying in China, and the other guys, they are in Guatemala. Our common future depends on the action we perform today, not tomorrow. Do you have any question about this project?
Hello. I want to congratulate you because of your project. I know you will be very successful. I just know.
Thank you.
However, I have a question to ask. You said that you will be focused on Mayan children in
Yes.
your community. We all know that there is Garifunas and what's the other one? Chincas
Ladinos.
and Latinos. I know that the majority of them are Mayan. Probably that's why you choose this approach. But what about the other ones?
Okay. First of all, like I said, this is a community that we have like 98% that they are Maya, and the other 2% they are Latinos that they can pay for their education. They don't need like some help or so. And the Chincas or Carifunas, they don't live where I live. They are living in the other department. So that's why I will be concentrated with them, because before they don't know anything about Spanish, nothing. It's like when we came here and somebody told us in English and said, what? And so that happened with them. So that's why I will be concentrated with the Mayan children.
My next question is, how are you gonna manage your time in terms of putting your effort on that project and living your life like as your personal life, like for your family, probably your work? How are you gonna manage that time? Because I know it is a huge project where you have to spend lots of time on it. So how are you gonna do that?
Well, first of all, as you know, is a business person, and I will be working with her so far. But when I was in Guatemala, I was working for some organization, non-profit organization, and then they sent me here. So that's why I'm in one of my, they know my dream. They know some, maybe not everything. They know a little bit about my project, and they say, okay, we're gonna help you. You can work with us like 4 hours per day, and you can do whatever you want after that. But I think it's not like, it's like the unique exception that I will have, because if I want to go in another company, I think they can do that. It's very difficult. But if the organization will say me, okay, you can do that, I will be with my mom to help with her business, and then I will work about. I know this, like, it will be more time to make that, but maybe at night, on the weekend, I will be work about that, because seriously, some of my friends, they tried to do this kind of project, and they didn't succeed with that. Why? Because they don't have any plan, they can manage their time, and so I am working about that, but I will be working in this.
Congratulations for your cap. It's very interesting, and I'm very happy because you think for the future. And when somebody asks me, when I want to ask somebody what is when if you ask somebody if they don't have enough to eat, and is always have something to eat, and you have I'm hungry, he cannot understand you. I know what you mean when you say to people the children have to work and also go to school. My question is, what is your budget for this project, or how much money do you need to begin your because you have to look into that.
I know. Really, I love this question, but the answer not. But I believe you. I tell you. Well, actually, when we made this that budget, the amount was like $100,000, and then I say, okay, if I want to give seriously, a really good education from them, 100,000 maybe is not enough, because I want to give them, I want to buy some computers. You know what I mean? You can understand? Because when I studied my high school, seriously, I didn't know about anything, technology, computer, nothing. So if I want to buy that, the budget, it will be like $200,000. That is the amount that I have so far. It includes the land, the building, and the salary for the engineer and the masons. And I have $200,000.
How you gonna teach them? Because it's Kichi, right? You're gonna teach them in Kichi or Spanish or Mam, or I don't know, because they can I don't know, you speak Kichi, but what kind things have you some books in Kichi or?
Well, I'm gonna start in Spanish with them, because I will have special teacher that they know Spanish 100%, and I will start in Spanish. So thank you very much.
That is a really awesome and huge project to do, Xirum. And I love your positive attitude, and I know that if you believe it, you'll do it.